Hello? We're gonna try this again. The first time it shut me off, but I think we're working. Hey everyone, it's Steph. It's Sunday. It's just past 7 o'clock. I tried once and I got kicked off. So we're back and welcome to Saucy Sunday. Hey! All right, so I can't wait to see who's joining me live tonight. So as you join, go ahead and log in, or not log in, but comment. And I'm also curious if you all are joining in on the sauciness. I have a special little treat for myself. Today didn't feel like a wine saucy for me. It felt like a little bit of a beer saucy. So I've got myself a stout. It's cold out. You would never know since I'm wearing a tank top. It just gets so hot in the kitchen. So I'm going to pour myself this sort of lovely stout. You may be wondering why only half the bottle's left. I don't know why. Okay, who's here? Judy McKinney, hello. Happy Saucy Sunday from Virginia. Yes, James 1 and 2, hello. Cheers, everyone. So, I'm really excited for tonight's episode. This is number 3? Number 4. Number 4. 3. This is number 3. And we're gonna make a couple sauces. Joining in on the sauciness with beer. Hey, Brandon, great. So we're gonna start. Tonight I'm gonna make 2 salad dressings and this really delicious tomato sauce that I kind of came up with on my own when I was doing the Whole30 a while ago, and I wanted some sort of sauce. I'm calling it an air quote vodka sauce because you know how vodka sauce has that like richness to it. This is a really delicious, like rich, creamy tomato sauce, but there's not any cream in it. So the first thing we need to do is get the sauce started because we have cherry tomatoes. So it calls for a pint of cherry tomatoes. I know I gave a grocery list. What I'm gonna do tonight is after this is all over, I'm gonna go back to my Facebook page and post the recipes, okay? So cherry tomatoes, a pint of cherry tomatoes. I looked it up to see exactly how many people like had more than a pint because look, I bought like a bigger carton from Trader Joe's. About 25-ish cherry tomatoes makes about a pint is what they said, average. So I'm gonna go ahead and put these right into this little saucepan. Boom. And then we're gonna cover these with a cup of stock, okay? So 1 cup, I have a low sodium chicken broth from Trader Joe's. I measured it out earlier. I did a test run this afternoon. You can either go exact with a cup or honestly, a cup just covers the top of the tomatoes, okay? So I'm just gonna kind of measure it that way and then I'll show you here, right? So we're just like covering the top of the cherry tomatoes. I'm gonna put them on the stove. I'm gonna bring up the flame. And I've got it like a medium-ish heat. I'm gonna keep the lid off. It's gonna come to a boil and we're gonna let it stay at a boil for, I'm gonna say about 8 minutes. So I'll check in on that and then I'll come back and check in with you guys. So, great. Let's go ahead and move on to a salad dressing, shall we? So the first one, we're gonna make a traditional, sometimes beer is so good, a traditional balsamic vinaigrette. So there's a ton of recipes out there for balsamic vinaigrettes. I like to have these made on the side so I can use them throughout the week. And I've made them enough over time that sometimes I just grab the little container I'm gonna use for my salad dressing and I make it in that and I just do a single serving. But I'm gonna show you guys how to make a decent amount. So this is how much I made earlier today. You can see I have this old jelly jar, recycling, hashtag going green. So it's gonna make about that much. So let's go ahead and get started. So we need a half a cup of extra virgin olive oil. So we'll go ahead and measure this out, right? Because this one can get a little tricky. So half a cup extra virgin olive oil. Okay. Boom. Great. So we've got a half a cup. I'm going to go ahead and use this bigger bowl. And that goes in. From here, it seems super specific, I know, but it's a 1/8 of a cup of, where did I put the lid? Of balsamic vinegar, okay? So I played around with this a couple times and this seems to be the right thing. So I'm going to use my this guy. Obviously the 1/8 isn't on here, but we're going to go halfway up to the 1/4 cup line. Let's see how that looks. Who's that? James. Okay, so that's actually a little higher than I want it to be, so I'm not going to use it all. So we'll put almost all of it in. Great. I'll put that to the side. Maybe I'll decide to add it at the end. The thing is, you guys, I'm going to give you these recipes, but like, taste them when you're done, right? And if you're like, I want a little bit more salt, a little bit more vinegary, do your thing. After that, we need a tablespoon of lemon juice. I went ahead, I have a ton of lemons here. I tried to make a little tablescape for you. I've gone ahead and squeezed some lemon juice ahead of time. I try to keep some always in my fridge because I use the lemon juice throughout the week for lots of different things, including I put lemon juice in my smoothies, in my green smoothies, to add some sweetness to it and not add anything sugary. So I've decided about a tablespoon is right. So I'm gonna go ahead and just scoop out 1 tablespoon and put it right in there. I'm gonna leave that open because we'll taste it. Maybe we'll want a little extra lemon juice. And then a tablespoon of Dijon mustard. So I love mustard in the dressing. We've got a tablespoon. Beautiful. We're just gonna go ahead, put that in there. Beautiful. What else? A dash of garlic powder, quite literally a dash. I don't even have a measurement. It's the kind that has a little hole, so I'm just gonna dash garlic powder. Great. A salt and a pepper. I have these grinders, so I'm just gonna do 1 spin. Pepper. Salt. I have a story about this salt. 1 second. Okay, that one didn't turn very well. You guys, I don't know if you can see this. This is Himalayan pink salt from Trader Joe's. This was full this morning. And I was making some turkey, these little turkey loaves. I'm working on a gluten-free turkey meatball. And if I can get it to turn out, it will be on one of these episodes. And I took the plastic wrapper off of this thing, and I went like this to put a little bit of salt in the turkey mixture for the meatballs, and the lid was loose, and half of them went out. Crystals of Himalayan pink salt went all over the kitchen, and full crystals went into the meatballs. So I have some really salty meatballs this week. Good thing it's not for you guys. Okay, so that's all in. I'm gonna take my whisk, and we're gonna whisk this bad boy together. So we've got oil, vinegar, lemon juice, Dijon mustard, salt, pepper, and a little hit of garlic powder. I'm just kind of using the whisk to grab, there was mustard on the side of the bowl, right? I'm just using the whisk to kind of pull that in. I just wanna whisk for a moment here. The cool thing is once you have this made for the week, then all you gotta do is store it and you can shake it up. And now I'm just gonna give it a little taste. Dab my finger in there. Not bad. I'm gonna put a dash more salt. So this is where your own creativity comes in, you guys, right? That's the recipe. You gotta give yourself permission to go off book from the recipe a little bit. If it's not quite to your liking, add a little bit more salt, pepper. I just added a little bit of lemon juice, and I'm gonna whisk it again, right? So follow recipes and then use the best taste test ever, your own self, right? See how it tastes. So I'm happy with that. So, ooh, we're boiling back here. So I've got the chicken stock over the cherry tomatoes. They're boiling. It is 7:10. I'm gonna let these go for at least like 7 more minutes. And we want them to boil so that the skins start coming off, okay? So we'll come back to that, but I just wanna let you know we're boiling. The cherry tomatoes that are covered in a chicken stock are boiling. So I've got this jar from earlier today when I was testing out some recipes. I'm going to put this other batch right on top. All right, I need to have a lot of salads this week because look, I got a lot of balsamic vinaigrette. So this is done. This guy is the best thing ever. You just pour the salad dressing right in, you screw it on top, and boom, you're ready to go for work. These come in a 3-pack. stay tuned. We're going to talk about these before the end of the episode because I'm doing another hashtag social media contest, and this is going to be the prize. All right, balsamic vinaigrette, done. We've been going for about 10 minutes. Next up, changing my cue card. I am so fancy. Okay, this is one of my favorite dressings. It is a lemon-tahini dressing. So we're going to go to another bowl. We're going to take another sip. Okay, tahini. I've got Trader Joe's organic tahini. For those of you who do not know what tahini is, it is ground sesame seeds. That is it, okay? So we need a 1/4 cup of the tahini. I'm just gonna stir it up a little bit. If you have some at home, you'll notice it gets a little separated, so I would always recommend giving a quick little stir. So the first thing we need to do is get a 1/4 cup. I'm gonna use this little guy. I'm just going to use a spoon to put it in, measuring out. Now this one I played with a lot today, and I think I settled on this. Good little ratio here. I found a lemon tahini dressing at a place in the city, in New York City here. They served this lemon tahini dressing with a kale salad that I loved, and I just got obsessed with it. Sorry, I'm grabbing a spatula. What's this say? We had to go to 4 stores to find it. Oh no! You guys are the best, such troopers. Trader Joe's has it. A lot of stores it's really expensive. That's why I go to Trader Joe's for it. So we have a 1/4 cup. I'm gonna go ahead and pour that in. You might want, I've got this adorable little spatula that my friend Elena gave me. And it's perfect for these little measuring cups. Okay, so the tahini goes in. Now, we're gonna do 1 clove of garlic pressed in. And that's the one thing I forgot to grab from the other side. So you guys stay there for 1 second. I'm just gonna grab garlic. It's behind the camera because if you could only see how I have to rearrange my kitchen for these fun episodes. Okay, we are boiling big time. I'm just gonna turn this down a little bit. Okay, so we only need 1 clove of garlic, okay? I'm gonna rip this up and grab 1 clove. Great. So, 1 clove. Oh my goodness. This is done. So I'm just going to trim the end off. This is a big clove of garlic, which is okay because we're going to use the garlic press. Okay, so we're peeling the paper off the garlic. Anybody else joining here? Katie Kozlowski joined. Oh my gosh, Katie, hello, my dear. How nice to see your name. Okay, so we've got this garlic peeled. I've got a garlic press, one of the best gifts my mama got me, from Pampered Chef, if anybody knows Pampered Chef. If you don't have one of these, you can chop the garlic. I just love them because it makes everything so easy. I'm gonna press 1 clove of garlic right into the tahini. I'm gonna use the same tahini covered spatula to scoop it off. What is Katie saying? Hi, I love you, tahini. I saw your tahini. Okay, great. Now we need, so we've got the tahini, we've got the garlic. We need a tablespoon of lemon juice. So, let me just rinse my tablespoon thing. Great, lemon juice going back in. So you can see why I always just have lemon juice squeezed for the week. And then we need to add, I have it measured out as 1/8 a cup of water. Again, this 1/8 a cup I know is crazy. But I'm gonna whisk it first, okay? So we've got lemon, garlic, and tahini. We're gonna whisk it. Now, you'll notice, hi, Maureen, this is my, oh, hey guys. Okay, I'll read those later. So, I'm gonna whisk together the tahini, the garlic, and the lemon juice. It gets really, really pasty. Can you guys see that? It almost looks like peanut butter. And then we add water to loosen. Today I ended up using about 1/8 of a cup, so I have about 1/4 cup in here. I'm gonna put half of that in. Hold on. Let me rinse this a little bit more because there's a little bit of oil there. Okay. I'm gonna put about half of that in because you don't want it to get too runny, right? So better to go slowly. Oop, I'm making a mess. we doing on time? 7:16. Great. Okay, so now we're cooking. No pun intended. All right, so now we've got a little bit more going here. Right, so now you can see it's not quite as pasty. I'm gonna want it a little bit looser than that, or runnier than that, so I'm gonna add a little bit more water, but I'm not gonna add the whole quarter cup, because, or the whole rest, because honestly, I think a quarter cup makes it just a little too runny. There we go. Okay, so this is a perfect consistency. I'm gonna show you guys. Yes. I'm gonna taste it. My gosh, it's so good. Is anybody making this with me right now and tasting it? I sometimes add a little salt and pepper. Don't know how much it needs. I mean, it won't hurt to put a little pepper. Put a little bit of pepper. Put the smallest turn of salt just to help bring the flavors out. Great. I'm gonna whisk it again. What's happening here? Yeah. And Judy, I think you're right. I think it is number 4. Isn't that terrible? I can't remember. I think it might be number 3. We did the egg bake. This is terrible. I can't remember this. Egg bake. And then last week we did, oh my God, you guys, this is terrible. Somebody tell me what we did last time. Okay, I'll remember in a second. This is the tahini dressing I made earlier. So I am done, you guys. This is like one of my favorite. You really don't need that much either. Like a couple tablespoons tossed in like a Tupperware. I'll pack my salads for lunch in a big Tupperware. I'll put this in one of these containers. Put it and shake it up. It's so good. Oh, paleo chili. Thank you. My gosh. Yes, we made the paleo chili. You guys know more than I do. Okay, so because I don't have, which should go on the list, I need to make a list of all the kitchen things I do not have. I need a little funnel. I'm going to try to not make a huge mess, and I'm going to put this in here and then pour it in. All right. I mean, if anybody saw my kitchen right now, I'm the messiest, but you know what? I don't care. This is my microphone. Because it's my kitchen, and I make delicious food in it, and all it really matters is the food gets done, and then I clean it up. Okay, look at that. Lemon tahini. You guys, we are nailing it. It is 7:19. All right. These bad boys are boiling. So, we're going to turn them down. What did we do after the paleo chili, though? Because we did it on the Oscars. Oh, no, it was the Oscars. Paleo chili. This is number 3. This is number 3. Yeah. Okay, so I'm going to show you guys real quick. I don't know. I'll hold it here for a second if you can really see that the skins are are like coming off of the tomatoes, okay? So I turn the heat down. I've got one of these bad boys, right? Actually, I can take it here. Put this on the cutting board. And I am going to go in and gently mash. You don't want to push too hard because you would hate for any of this to like squirt up at your face and burn you. Believe me, I've done it. Okay, so I'm just using this masher to get in here and break up these cherry tomatoes. And then we're gonna go to the NutriBullet. So if you have a NutriBullet, grab it. If you don't, grab a blender. And if you don't have either of those, you can do this as well. It's just gonna be a little less pureed, right? It'll be a little bit more of like a chunky rustic sauce, if you will, right? Okay, so I have mashed all those cherry tomatoes. Okay, what we need to do now is load this bad boy up. This is the mixing part of NutriBullet. Do you absolutely have to have a NutriBullet? No. A lot of people have something even fancier than this called a Vitamix. I bought my NutriBullet. I'm going to move this over so you guys can see it. Can you see it? Yeah, and I have an extension cord. I bought my NutriBullet. It'll be, knock on wood it stays, it'll be 2 years in May. And it was $95 or maybe $100, and I had a coupon for Bed Bath & Beyond. So it ended up being $80. And I use it all the time. I make all my smoothies in it. I make dressings in it. I make sauces in it. It's a great investment. Okay, so I've got the big mixing thing, cup, whatever this is called. Now, I'm going to use a spoon with these holes in it because I want to grab as much of the tomatoes as I can, but I want it to drain a little bit because I don't want this to get too runny first, just like one of the dressings, right? We want to be able to add more of this tomatoey stock if we need it. So I'm using the spoon with the holes, not the holes, what are these called? What do you call these, Mom? I think my mom's watching. Anyway, I'm gonna let this drain. So we want to get all the chunky goodness of the tomatoes in there. So there's so much flavor in this because we let these boil in a stock, and then as they were boiling and the skin started to peel off, that chicken stock goes in there and adds more flavor. If you don't want to use chicken stock, use a veggie stock, right? Maureen. Oh, slots. Thanks, Maureen. I don't know you yet, but I think you're friends with my Aunt Judy. Okay, so I have some of the liquid left. You can't really see because of this angle. Great. And then I've put in all the, so this is the pint of cherry tomatoes. This doesn't make a ton of sauce, you guys. If you wanted to double this up, you totally could, if you like it. I'm okay with you guys not loving everything I make. I love this stuff. And I'm going to tell you how I'm going to use it later. Okay, so we need the tablespoon thing again. Great. So we need a tablespoon of ghee. Donna Wilberding. Yes, I am. We just pulled back in from Pennsylvania. Nice. They were visiting my sister. Okay. Ghee. We've used this a lot. I need a spoon. Let me get a new spoon. Ghee adds, for those of you who aren't familiar with it, ghee is clarified butter. So it means all the dairy has been taken out of the butter. And it adds a delicious richness to it. So for this entire recipe, we're just going to put in a tablespoon, okay? So 1 tablespoon. Unfortunately, my tablespoon doesn't fit into the container, so I'm just going to have to, actually, you know what? I can probably just pour it in there. There we go. I mixed it up and then we poured it in. Great. So the ghee is in. Now, I'm just going to rinse this guy off a little bit. So I'm going to scoop right into coconut oil. Again, I go to Trader Joe's for this. It's the most affordable. 1 tablespoon of coconut oil. Also adds a bit more of a richness to the flavors. Great. So we've got tomatoes, ghee, and coconut oil. Now, salt and pepper to taste. I'm going to add a little dash of crushed red pepper. If you absolutely hate any sort of kick whatsoever, don't add it. How are we doing on time? Oh my gosh, we are nailing the time tonight. Okay, I put 3 shakes. I'm put 1 turn of salt. This Himalayan pink salt adds a ton of flavor. It gets really hard to grind, so like it might sound like I'm doing more than 1 twist. I'm just trying to get as much as I would with 1. It's really coarse. There we go. That's good. Pepper. A little extra. Okay, here we go. We're gonna make a little bit of noise, so if you're super sensitive to noise, you can turn me down. You can mute me. Jacob Martin, hi Jacob. Okay, so this lid goes on. I'm gonna pulse this just a couple times. It's gonna turn to a really light pink color. Can you guys see? Yeah. Great, that's all I'm gonna do. Hear that? Okay, it's gonna be steamy because these are hot tomatoes we're blending. I think maybe in an ideal world, I would let this cool a little bit, but you know, we don't got a lot of time. So, I'm gonna give it a little taste. I mean, I can't believe, please don't take this the wrong way, you guys. I cannot believe I made this up. I think this is so good. It's like super creamy. It's like a little on the runny side. Not super runny. I mean, I can show you guys. Look. It's not like super runny. Can you see like it moving around? There you go. It's maybe not quite as thick as like a store-bought sauce, but damn, is it good, you guys. This is what I'm going to do with this week. I'm going to take a bath in it. No, I'm just kidding. I am going to pack. I made those little these little turkey loaves today. I'm trying to come up with a really great gluten-free turkey meatball recipe, and it's fine. The thing I made today, it's not I think I can tweak it a little bit more, but I'm gonna pack in my Tupperware some roasted veggies and roasted potatoes, a little bit of those turkey meatballs or meatloaves on top, and drizzle some of this on top. And it is like nailing it. I've put this on top of eggs before. If you have pasta, you could do gluten-free pasta. You could use a little bit to flavor like a quinoa. It's just a good sauce. I'm interested to know if anybody who's making this with me has tasted theirs yet, because it is so good. So I already have a whole container like this from earlier today. So what I think I might do is freeze this one, or freeze the one that's in the fridge and have it for a couple weeks from now. All right, you guys, so it is 7:27. We've made 2 salad dressings and a delicious tomato vodka-like cream sauce in under a half hour. I'm so excited about this sauce. I hope you guys enjoy it as much as I do. So let's just do a quick little recap about what's coming up, okay? Brandon, did you make it? Brandon, it's so good, right? Tell everybody. Okay, so this is what's happening. I have my announcements on this cue card. This is actually a Christmas notepad that my Uncle John, his artwork is on the top. Thank you, Deb. So, okay, this is what's happening, you guys. This week, I'm doing another hashtag social media thing like we did with the egg bake. So if you use any of these dressings or the sauce, take a picture of it, take a selfie in the kitchen, maybe take a picture of your lunch at work if you pack it. Any way you can do it, use the hashtag #CookWithSteph. I'll see it on Instagram or tag me on Facebook, and I'll put your name in a hat. And on Sunday, I'm picking a winner, and the winner gets the salad dressing containers, you guys. It's actually a 3-pack. I'll buy it on Amazon and send it right to you. So that's the prize for the hashtag contest. So again, hashtag #CookWithSteph, do a selfie. You can even take a picture of your plate with the sauce on it, or a salad with one of these dressings. And I'll pick a winner on Sunday. The other thing I want to announce is episode number 4, which will be the 26th, right? We've done the sweet potato crusted egg bake was number 1. And then on Oscar Sunday, which was 2 weeks ago, we did the paleo chili. Tonight we had Saucy Sunday. I've still got a little bit of sauce left. Number 4 will be Sunday the 26th. And I'm gonna make Scotch eggs. I've been posting pictures of them. I posted a picture of them this week, and everybody was like, oh my gosh, I want to make these. So we're making Scotch eggs on the 26th, okay? And you guys, I think I'm back. I don't know what happened, but I'm gonna go ahead and sign off because the connection is really bad. Cheers. I'll post everything you need for recipes. Thank you for joining. Happy Saucy Sunday.